and welcome to the Homemade Podcast Sports. This is your host, J Pops. And welcome back to the Homemade Podcast of Sports with your host, J Pops. Guys, today's date is March 16th, 2021. It is a gloomy Tuesday out here. It should be probably, I think, rainy for the weekend. It's going to get back down to cool temperature, which is about like 48 within the nighttime starting tomorrow. Yes, I live in Houston, people. I keep on telling you this. Houston, it is just all jacked up. It is crazy. It is crazy weather. We're all used to it. So, hey, we know how to prepare for these things. I hope that you guys like the setup. Once again, hey, this is the home of the 12th man. We are officially, I don't know how many days, so I'm not going to lie to you guys like I'm accurate on the number count. I do not know how many days we are from spring football, but I do know this. Spring football has been pushed back from the original start date, which was April 17th, to now April 24th. Yes, people, it will still be a spring game. Do not think that we would not have a spring game this year. No, we will. It will just be on April 24th instead of April 19th. Okay? So, with that being said, the spring practice has been pushed back too. I believe it's starting in March 20th something. I'm not sure, so I don't just want to tell you a date, but I know it's in the 20th out there, okay? But that is when spring football will start as well. So, on this latest edition of the Homemade Podcast of Sports, guys, first of all, thank you for getting me to 700 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Here you go. I love you guys for that, man. I thank you guys for all of that support. What I will do is set something up. Yes, I'm going to set it up in College Station out there. I want you guys to get on out there at College Station. If I can make it to that spring game, like I'm hoping I do, or if I even don't go to the game, I want to meet most of you guys at the Dixie Chicken, because I'm starting to hear too much of that. Okay, I'm hearing that is like a top 10 chicken spot in Texas, period. All right, so I'm going to have to make my way to Dixie Chicken. Dixie Chicken, if you guys are listening out there, I will be making my way to you guys in April. Please be looking for me and a plethora of A&M personnel, as you guys see each and every day. Okay, so I will be making my way out there. Also, shout out to Tex Ags. I love those guys, man. Those guys are really supportive as well. Shout out to Billy Lucci, Gabe Bach, Olin Buchanan, and all of those guys at Tex Ags. Once again, shout out to Morris Carter for introducing me to Mr. Olin Buchanan. All right. But anywho, guys, let's get off into it. All right. This is not a long episode. Like I said, this is Tuesday. This is my time, people. Tuesdays and Fridays at 4 p.m. Okay? Do not forget that. Set your alarm clocks or get your notifications on a YouTube channel. Trust me, yes, you can do that. You can set a reminder. Everything in these videos will pop up in your notification box, okay? Anywho, so we got some breaking news out there, guys. Yes, breaking news alert. So, give me 1 second. Let me go to the picture here. We got some breaking news. This man that you see on the screen right here, this is former defensive line coach. Last name is Browner. Don't want to get the name messed up. Okay, so let me go to something here. I already have these guys pulled up. All right. Former South Alabama defensive line coach Harlan Bauer is now a defensive analyst at Texas A&M. Love the move. Love the hire here. You can never have too many analysts. What did I tell you guys? The school that does it the most is no other than a team in Tuscaloosa. They got probably 50 to 60 analysts. You know, analysts just sitting up there for no apparent reason. But if that's what it takes to continue to build a program, to build a winning culture and keep it stable and intact, then hey, that is what we're going to do. Not saying we're going to model them, but by all means, we are going to do some of the things that they are doing. But at the same time, we're going to do it better. Okay, so we go out and we get the former, like I say, South Alabama defensive line coach, Mr. Browner here. I do not know his history. Do not ask me that. I do not have any history report on him. I am going to have to do my own research to see where his defensive line actually ranked over there in the where is South Alabama. It's not a Power 5. I mean, it's not a non-Power 5. It's not a Group of 5. I'm sorry. I don't believe it's a Group of 5. But I know they are FBS. It is not FCS, I don't believe, if I'm not mistaken. That is not FCS. But I will have to do some research on this bright young fella, as he looks like he is just about everything they said he probably is going to be. All right, so we will not take nothing away from him. We will welcome him in to the Aggie family. Now, I do know this though. He has coached up under Mike Elko. I believe he was a grad assistant under Mike Elko over there at Notre Dame. So this is the reason why he is coming to Texas A&M. All right, he already has ties to one of the coaches. He has ties to a very good coach, very good defensive coach. That is why I tell you guys that going forward for this year and next year and the year after that will be the year. The question is Mike Elko going to stay there and finish out what he started? In my honest opinion, I believe he will. Okay, I believe he will stay there. What was the reason why Mike Elko left Notre Dame? Probably because he felt like Notre Dame had already reached their ceiling. I'm gonna be God honest on that. I believe that he felt like Notre Dame had reached the ceiling already. All right, with this program here, Texas A&M, it is a program that is being built. Okay, by Mike Elko. He's one of them, and we're just talking about the defense here. He's on that defense. You know, you got Terry Price. You got T.J. Rushing, who's cornerback coach. I believe T.J. Rushing has been our cornerback coach for probably about, this is year number 2 now, year number 3. He hasn't been our cornerback coach for long, but he's making some hell of a moves, okay? Going out and getting these cornerbacks in this recruiting. He was one of the ones that went out and got Jalen Jones, okay? So you guys have to remember that as well, man. He went out and got Jalen Jones, all right? So he's making some hell of a moves, man. He's making some hell of a moves. This guy here fits in perfectly. The reason why I say that is because I told you guys on the last episode, if you're going to sit up there and watch the number 1 team in your division that has been running that team, that has been running this SEC West for over a decade now, you're going to have to fill up in boxes that you may not want to fill up at. But because of the simple fact that they're filling up in spots and where they're going to put the pressure on you, you have to now put the pressure back. So this guy fills up a analyst box, which is defensively. We understand this and mark my words. We will have the first ever defense to stop those high-powered offenses. I'm going to say that once again. We will have the first ever defense to stop that high-powered offense. I honestly feel that way. This is the same coaching staff, and we will continue to have the same coaching staff for not only this year, next year as well. All right? Like I say, I just feel like these guys feel like the job isn't done yet, so that is why they're working so hard to get the job done. Okay? So please believe in that. All right? But we will get this going. I believe in them. Like I said, I have not seen the work ethic, so I can't really speak all that much about it. But this is some breaking news, man. This is a real good hire to me. This is a really good hire. He was a defensive line coach, so it's no doubt in my mind that we will bring in studs on that defensive line. I'm not talking about you know, like your guys who you have to build up. No, I'm talking about some guys that's going to be studs coming out of high school type of deal, man. I believe that he will be the reason to why we'll go out and get not only the 5-star and 4-star defensive ends, but also defensive tackles. Okay, so we need to start molding that area as well, man. I believe that he will play a huge role in that. So just be looking for him, and also he has ties to Alabama, and he has ties to New Jersey. Understand this. Kids, if you guys are from New Jersey, Texas A&M is now becoming your new home. Okay? It's now becoming your second home. All right? Anybody out there from New Jersey, man, that is watching this and watching Texas A&M, just continue to watch, man. Watch them progress. Watch them build. Mike Elko is not only putting Texas recruits on this field, but he's also molding them with Miami recruits. He's molding them with the New Jersey recruit. He's putting the down south talents together from two dynamic states, but he's also putting the East state together with down south to build something that we probably have never seen before. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it at Ohio State, because Ohio State does it all the time, you know, but they get most of their kids from up north in Michigan and Ohio State, and they put them together with the down south kids, man, and make them great, you know, have some of the best talent out there on the field. What this guy is doing, Mike Elko, is he's putting two states, not only the down south states, but he's putting the East Coast states, all right? If we go up there and get a player from out of Michigan and Ohio State, and we're battling Michigan and Ohio State, and we land that kid, I can honestly say, man, it's going to be a rude awakening for college football going forward. All right. So once again, man, mark my words on that. I'm very, very excited. I like him. This is a huge pickup to me, and I'm hoping it's a huge pickup to you guys. So that is it. That is all I have for today. Like I told you guys, man, it wasn't going to be a long episode at all. But this is all that I have, man. This is breaking news. Now, of course, on Friday, I will be back out with another video. But on Friday, the video that I'll be posting is I'll be digging into the Mississippi State game, man, because we have to talk about what happened in that game, and we have to talk about that Starkville win, in which was a place that we hadn't won in many, many years, man. So I'll be digging into that, like I continue to tell you guys. I'll be digging into all the games into the fall hits, you know, and of course when the fall hits, you know, we get into August stuff like that. I'll be breaking down everything, man. So just be looking for that. Once again, it's the Homemade Podcast Sports with your host Jay Pops. Guys, I love all of you all, and once again, man, I thank you guys for getting me up to 700 subscribers. We're only 300 subscribers away from being at 1,000. When we get to 1,000, this thing will blow up. By all of me, we will continue to put some Aggie stuff out there, because they will know this Aggie football team at the end of the day. 2021, mark my words, everybody around the country will be respecting Texas A&M football going forward. Once again, it's Homemade Podcast Sports with your host Jay Pops. Oh, and shout out to It's a guy in Alabama out there, Birmingham. He's the owner of a company. Don't get me wrong, I don't know the name of the company, but I do know that he's out there in Birmingham, Alabama, man. If you are listening, one of your employees got on here and commented on the last video, said that you were a huge fan of the podcast, man. I thank you for that. And he is a huge Alabama fan. I told you, not only Texas A&M watches this, Alabama and the rest of the SEC West watches this podcast, man. So it's just not a podcast, just Texas A&M, just for everybody. All right. I thank you, my man. Trust me, when I'm in Birmingham, I will get up there and get with you. All right. So once again, it's Homemade Podcast Sports with your host Jay Pops. #GigaMegas. And thank you guys for tuning in to the #Homemade Podcast Sports. Please, guys, subscribe to the YouTube page, and also follow me on Twitter @JPops, on Instagram @JPops, and also on Facebook at #Homemade Podcast Sports. Thank you guys once again. #GigaMegas.